So the sixth lesson I learned was to live in gratitude. And I can't remember when my life was really bad because I didn't have food on the table, I didn't have clothes or the roof over my head. My life was bad because of my own emotions, because I took everything personally. And I thought when people were mean to me, or they said something to me, or they asked me something, if I wasn't kind, if I wasn't nice to them, being kind is important. But if when I wasn't nice to them, that meant there's something wrong with me. But I learned from Oprah show that, when people do something to you, it's usually not about you. When people do things to you, it's because they can't control their own emotions, and when they can't control the inside, instead of going inside and asking themselves and figuring it out for themselves, they go outside and they look for the weakest link, the person at the bottom of the totem pole. And I was for the longest time, I was at the bottom of the totem pole, and I did not know how to protect myself. If you are at the bottom of the totem pole, it's so important that you figure out how to protect yourself. You need to protect yourself. And there are different ways to protect yourself. It depends on what your situation is, but you need to protect yourself. So I didn't know. So I allowed people to walk all over me and be mean to me, be unkind to me. And my biggest entanglement with emotions was when my son was born, and people did not like him as much as I liked him, and they compared my son to their kids, and they compared my son. They said he wasn't important, he wasn't special, and it should hurt me. It should hurt me so much, because when people talk about, are being mean to your child, it is very, very hurtful. But what I needed to do was I needed to get out of them, their emotions. I needed to go inside myself and say, and look at them with compassion, and and say, why do they do that? Like, why do they think that my kids are in competition with their kids? Why do they think my kid is not special? But then I realized, I didn't realize it back then, but now I know, because they were in a place where they couldn't give me what I needed, because they didn't even have it for themselves. Because I remember them being so unkind to their own children, being so mean to their own children. And if people who are not kind and generous and loving towards their own children, they can't be loving, kind, and generous towards your children. So let it go. Let it go. And so that lesson I learned from Oprah, that, I need to be in gratitude. I need to say thank you, because God had given me this beautiful gift. God has given me these two beautiful gifts. The first time I was so entangled. The second time I was already I was entangled. Then they started comparing both of them. And it was so hard. And I was so entangled in their emotions. And I was so sad. And I was so depressed and anxious around them. I didn't want to be around them, but I didn't know if I could, if I had the right to. And so I had all the rights. And my kids were special. All I needed to do was enjoy the moment, enjoy my children, and raise them with the best of the ability and the best of my love that I could give them. I did not need to spend any energy on anybody else. That's what I needed to do, and say thank you, God, for giving me this opportunity to raise these beautiful, amazing children. But I didn't do that. I actually was so caught up in other people's emotions. And today I know that you need to protect yourself, protect your children. You have to find love in yourself and give that to your children. And you have to enjoy every minute of your life and your children's life together. And you need to protect yourself from the people that come into your life and bring all their drama and try to control your life, because they can't control their own. And so that was my lesson that I need to live in gratitude. That was my sixth lesson. Thank you, Oprah, so much. And even when I am, if I go there, I always bring myself back, because I am aware that I'm not being grateful for what I have. I'm in that space where I need more, like something else. Like what is here is not important, but something that's out there is more important. So thank you so much, Oprah. Happy birthday, and I love you.